Be honest. When you think of Africa, you don't think big. You think hot, poor, safari, maybe Egypt, but huge. What if I told you? Africa is so big that most world maps lie to you, and once you see the real size, you will never look at a map the same way again. This is the map you saw in school. It's called the Mercator projection. It was made in the 1500s, for sailing, not for truth. Light joke. Great for ships. Terrible for your brain. On this map, Greenland looks about the same size as Africa. Sounds fair, right? Except, Africa is about 14 times bigger than Greenland. Mercator stretches the north and shrinks the equator. So, your brain gets tricked. Let's fix that. Because once you see Africa for what it is, you realize how much we've been underestimating it. Ready for the part your teacher skipped? Let's talk numbers. Africa is 30.37 million square kilometers. That's not big, that's ridiculous. No distortions, just reality. Now let's fill it up. You can fit the United States, China, India, Japan, and most of Europe inside Africa at the same time, beat. And you'll still have space left. Joke. Africa is basically the storage closet of planet Earth. It's not a vibe, it's math. From desert to rainforest to savanna, the distances are enormous. Even city to city, you're crossing entire climates. Take a breath. 30 million plus. Now let's make this personal. For my American brain, I needed this comparison. The United States fits into Africa more than 3 times. From New York to Los Angeles, about 2,800 miles. From Dakar to Somalia, over 4,600 miles. Joke. That's not a road trip, that's a lifestyle. You can sit on a long-haul flight and still be within Africa. City to city, it's hours apart, inside the same landmass. That drive would be a saga. Scale like this changes how you think about everything. And that brings us to the biggest misconception of all. Ready? Here's where school really failed us. Africa is not a country. It's 54 countries, with over 1.4 billion people, thousands of languages, massive deserts, rainforests, glaciers, megacities, and tech hubs. Joke, Africa has more climate zones than most Netflix categories. So why does Africa feel smaller? Because most maps stretch the north and shrink the equator. Europe looks powerful. Greenland looks massive. Africa gets visually robbed. Not by geography, by projection. Every flat map makes trade-offs. When you compare true size overlays, the illusion falls apart. Greenland? It's not even close. Even the US is humbled. The closer to the equator, the more maps tended to cheat on area, and Africa sits right across that band. Swap the poster, change the mindset. The map isn't the territory. Now let's get even more specific. Africa is so big, you can fly for hours inside one single African country and still not leave it. Algeria alone is bigger than Mexico. The Democratic Republic of Congo is almost as wide as the entire eastern US. Joke, calling Africa small is like calling the ocean a puddle. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. Size shapes stories, and Africa's story is gigantic. Geography isn't boring. It was just taught badly. If one video already broke your mental map of the world, imagine what's next. Subscribe. We're just getting started.